Yo, what's up? It is another Wednesday night. We got Hot Topic with Copville and Jordan Ennis. Here we go.
See the patch of my arm right here? What's that say? It says they're not fucking around crew. That's what that says.
I'm pretty proud of that new intro.
Good intro.
Yeah, it was a good one. I got my shirt. I'm waiting for Steve to show up.
Yeah, where's Steve at?
We need Steve. I got my Jerry. Look at my new shirt. I'll get everybody wants one. It's going to be on the website. I wanted to show it for the first time here on the live. And
Steve's gonna want an NIL deal from that.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he'll send me. I don't know if we ship to Mexico, south of the Rio Grande, but if we can, let's see. We got Jerry Worms, the self-proclaimed heroes, ready to go. All hail Legman. Steve, look, here you are, dude. I got the special edition self-proclaimed hero. You give me your address if you're willing. If you trust the government enough, I will send you one for free. On me. So, how's your week been?
That's been good. This is my short week, so I just worked. I was working today and tomorrow.
All right, I'm not turning my hat around backwards all night. Hold on. That was for Steve. The hat on backwards. I'm not a hat on backwards guy.
Yeah.
My dog chewed my hat though. Hold on. I'm backwards here. You see my little. Last week when we were, when was it? I recorded my show Monday, and I left the fucking dogs out, and he got on the counter. He's mad when I'm in here, and he fucking chewed everything up. So my hat's chewed up. Gentlemen, what's going on? Liz, thank you for the support. Welcome aboard. So it was your short week. I saw you guys posted a wanted person. Is that like an old case or something? Armed robbery?
Yeah,
like an unsolved?
Yeah.
He almost looked like the dude, like a punch in the face in Jacksonville when we lost Jordan. Live TV, live studio. We'll get him back. So I hope everybody likes my shirt. This is the self-proclaimed hero shirt, courtesy of Steve Ladner. We don't have any video. There you go. Courtesy of Steve. After the show, I will launch this on my website, www.copvilleog.com. I also want to send a shout out to Canine Tambo, who's got cancer. Canine Tambo Strong and the Houndbound Brewing Company Tactical Beer. They were gracious enough. In this morning's episode, I dropped them wearing one of their shirts. They sent me 2 shirts. They sent me a nice letter here that the purpose of their brand was giving back and supporting causes like Canine Tambo and other heroes who continue to serve selflessly. Every shirt helps push that mission forward, and having people like you represent us means the world to us. That's at Hound Brewing on Instagram and at Canine Tambo on Instagram. Like I said, great dudes. They awesome supporters of us, and like I said, they're good guys. Give them a follow and a shout out. So the hot topic, and it happens to be right here in Indian River County, Florida. This is streaming on my Facebook. I have made several posts about it. My hat was on backwards, but I don't like wearing my hat backwards. I have a question for Jordan. Do you know and understand the 4th Amendment of the United States Constitution?
Christ. Yeah. Yes, Steve. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's going to want you to recite it here in a minute, but we're not going to do that. So, Indian River County. This is the irony of what we're getting ready to watch. And I'm going to show everybody the video, but I would like to tell you. Hold on. You guys, any more info on the Dearborn, Michigan cop that had like 300? I didn't see that one. I forgot we have to keep up with the chat too. I'll wear that shirt with 378 self-proclaimed heroes stood around in Uvalde and said you have no duty to protect anyone of themselves. I'm with you on Uvalde. You've had to realize, Steve, by now, I'm like almost anti-government at this point. Like I believe in the Constitution.
Steve isn't catching on that we're pro not shitty police.
Yeah, we're here to cops that follow the Constitution, cops that do the right thing, and then we're here to highlight cops that don't do the right thing. So here in Indian River County, Florida, which is on the east coast of Florida, we got a Disney resort, we got all the cool things. We have a lot of crime. We have a sheriff that doesn't know how to balance his budget, and he's been in the news constantly for this budget crisis. So ironically, one of the things he decided to cut from the budget was BJJ, that was being paid for by the agency for police to go learn very safe and good tactics that look good on TV, look good on camera, keep everybody safe. I think we were beat the dead horse on jujitsu and how important it is. And the irony of the video we're going to watch that was released via Hood Cam, which was a dude in the hood that took a video and posted it on Facebook. We'll start with that video and then we'll go from there. But it comes on the same day, and the issue that they cut jujitsu from being paid for the guys. Now, let me caveat that. Part of that cut was they got a big fat raise. A lot of them got $3 an hour raises, which to me should give you enough leeway in your budget now that you make more money to pay for it on your own.
Yeah.
And if you have to, you should go. But the agency decided it wasn't needed. That was one of the cuts they made. So here we go. And put up in that motherfucker. Oh, I gotta mute it because I'm gonna lose my ability to monetize. And we need our 27 cents for this episode. So this is let me preface this. This is a mental health call. I'll lay the groundwork. Mental health call. So yes, people have mental health crises. Does everybody need to be beat up, teeth knocked in? That's some of the comment. No, but already if you're watching this video and you have any level of law enforcement experience and you respond to a person who is out of control, having an issue, I would think you would already see that this person here, this police officer with his hat on frontwards right here, Steve, probably too close. And then your backup officer is over here to the right. But let's watch what unfolds in this very quick portion of this video. And then the response or lack thereof. And it gets worse. Nobody's biting them, kissing them, and then even control for like escort. So I'm gonna let it run one more time. Here we go. And this is obviously a very short portion. The whole thing is available in New County Sheriff's Office, posted on there, posted the body camera. I don't think it made it any better. So there's that. What's your thoughts initially? And again, I don't really care too much about like takedowns and punching in the face, but just what you see.
No, it's just one, nobody was ready for it. Nobody set themselves up to be ready for it. Two, and I understand like the mental health thing. Did that dude need to get his clock cleaned? No, but you have to address it, and nobody addresses it. Even when his backup guy, nobody addressed it. The guy that got smacked didn't address it. This backup guy, you gotta like, if he's offering you violence, you need to put it in a situation where they left him in a situation just to continue to offer violence. Nobody committed to it. Nobody had any idea. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. But for an overt act of violence to not be responded to at all, I mean, yeah, he didn't need to get folded. He didn't. But you need to get control of him. And anybody who deals with people that are in crisis knows that their behavior changes left, right. So if he's already what's the maximum of what he's going to do, and you choose not to have any kind of control, you leave him out there of whatever, then you're just opening yourself up for him to just snap again. And then it's on you. From there, it's on you. Like they're going to say that you could have controlled it from the beginning. Nobody did. Again, they didn't have a plan. They didn't respond to it. They kind of just let him out there. In my same situation, I'm not cleaning the dude out, but I'm going to get a hold of him. I'm going to put him in a situation where he can stop doing it, especially if I'm the backup guy. Like they did nothing that they're supposed to do. Nothing.
I agree. And now here. Let's see what Jerry's got to say. Stop at the most. Only a few self-proclaimed heroes out there. Touch. Stop lumping an entire police force in. People are tired of being treated like trash. So here's where it twisted. So I posted it, and then it went. And before I even posted it, it got picked up by EF Combatos, Jay Wadsworth. Got picked up by BJJ Cops. I don't know if World Star got it, but I saw some pretty big pages posting it. I'm not the guy who's going to take that clip. And then I watched the whole body cam. It's not any better because here's my take on it. A person in crisis is as dangerous as an armed robber, as a murderer, as a domestic violence subject, maybe more dangerous, unpredictable. So you set yourself up to succeed on that call by positioning, response. Now, the big key word, and I'm going to take out a portion of what the sheriff's office said. Everybody's favorite word now is de-escalation.
Yeah.
And what they're spinning here locally, even cops that one of them, and you know what? At some point, I'm going to just start naming everybody, but I'm going to keep it till I need to. I saw one, the sheriff's office little jerk boys are all jumping on board of the sheriff, trying to back, that there was great response. It was great reserve by these guys. I've watched the same dudes posting that beat the snot out of people for saying the N-word. One black officer, I remember somebody called him the N-word 22 years ago, and I watched him. I was a brand new cop, and I watched him beat the brakes off this dude.
Yeah.
So I've seen what you've done. Yeah. Don't play like you're so proper, and these guys did a great job. Anyway, now in the cell phone era, that doesn't happen anymore. But so my point being is they doubled down on this by not only letting the incident happen, and it made it went on, it was World Star, all that, but then they tried to double down on it by making it seem like these guys showed good reserve, and that almost like they intentionally did what they did to control that situation. So they released a statement, and I'm going to read, this is part of the statement that drives me up the wall. Recognizing the subject's behavior was a result of a mental health condition, deputies both trained in crisis intervention use appropriate techniques to safely take him into custody without injury. If that ain't the biggest crock of shit I've ever...
That's written after they watched the video 50 times, and we're gonna church it up. That neither of those guys, no officer is trained to do any of that. That's not no class. Oh, we're trained in crisis intervention. No, you're not. Not like that. Not like that. Appropriate techniques. There was no technique. Nobody did shit. You didn't do anything. You didn't protect yourselves. You didn't protect the person you're dealing with, because you have to. But I'll be honest with you. In my mind, the only thing those guys did right was not beat the shit out of that dude. He didn't need to get an ass whooping. He didn't need it. So the only thing they did correctly was not knock his teeth down his throat. Other than that, it's all wrong.
And then if from a BJJ takedown 2-man thing, that backup officer, bear hug, rear takedown from behind, put your leg sweep, all that was justified. Yeah. Of course, the psychopaths in my DMs or in the post I made are eat pavement, flashlight to the dome, skull smashed, maybe 20 years ago, and then whatever. But the response, let's just bring it up again. Now that everybody's got the sheriff's office statement, let's bring the video back up again, and let's, their version of what happened was these guys, and I'm gonna bring this back up. This is what they're trying to tell you from that video. They've recognized his behavior was a result of mental health, and they were trained in crisis intervention to approach and then use techniques like that. So that's what they're selling you is we trained that. So this is, in the sheriff's office own words, this is their training into what they're teaching their guys to do. This is their version of training. Based on what you just read and what you saw and the way they got so close and everything you're seeing here, this is the sheriff's office training right here. Yeah. Which they took BJJ away, which would have helped a lot in that situation.
Because we always I'm siding with Steve on this one. Like, I mean, like, no one's less training is never the fucking best option.
Nope. Yeah. So yes, and then they used the word so the keywords that I pointed out, de-escalation, and mental health. And I get that we have to be careful with mental health. There was a situation here, and I like this guy, and I got to be transparent though. There was a situation here about 7, 8, 9 years ago where a young woman was killed that had a knife in her own house. And in today's response to mental health, we would leave. No longer would we go in the house and approach a female in crisis by herself in that situation. Back then, we were trained to do it. So I do not fault him for what he did. I don't think he did anything wrong based on the training and the climate that we were dealt with back in that day. But her life was taken. Yeah. And I know he would do it probably differently and not go in. And now we're trained not to go in. So that you can't overplay the mental health card for lucky. I call this lucky. Those guys are lucky. Didn't get punched, didn't get spit, didn't get bit. If that was, could have gone 1,000 different ways. But for a sheriff's office to claim that they basically train their deputies to do what you just saw is bananas.
And my always think is like, you praise in public and then you discipline in private. So for that situation, but even though they know it's bullshit to put it out there. Listen, you either just don't say anything about it. I'm saying you just like you either leave that alone or don't say anything about it, or you address how it actually goes and tell the actual story. You don't church it up. Like they fabricated that to make it seem, because they thought that, because here's the thing, like, and depending on how that was received, it doesn't mean people are going to watch that, because it's probably split towards the negative of even normal people being like, why the hell, what was that? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they did something. Those people are like, oh, they didn't, because obviously it's white cops and a black, oh, luckily he didn't kill that poor black guy. Like, that's what it's going to be, right? Sure. But like, most people are going to be like, why did you let him smack you in the face? That's not even a thing. Like, it's not a good selling point for them a hill for them to die on. Be like, this is what we do. Look how awesome we were, because it's not awesome.
And in true fashion, for everybody listening, to show you the corruption of the media, the media got it today and doubled down and posted it as, look at how good these guys did and how reserved they were. Yeah. Same local West Palm Beach liberal media that supports this local sheriff, the clown show, the circus. And, you know, he has the ability to have the control of the media and the sheriff's office and everything that goes into.
And you can still be reserved. Like the response to that situation didn't even need to be violent. You could have just actually controlled his arms and put him in cuffs the same way, because he was going to go in handcuffs when he had him. He just wouldn't get controlled. And no one would have argued with that situation. Dude tried to just slap you. So you put him in cuffs as quick as you can and you secure him. No one's going to argue with that response. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So hold on, we got Jerry Worm says they got lucky. I agree. No. You can't get anything out these days with the mental. Yeah, you can get out anything these days with the mental health alibi. Trained to turn the other cheek. As security corrections, we would have went hands on immediately. And again, when I say hands on, is a right, but it doesn't have to be. You know, the guy in the back.
Hands on doesn't mean a trip to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it just means control. Yeah.
All we hear is more money, training, and 90% of the self-proclaimed heroes don't know the law and have never read the Constitution. Here we go. You got a super chat. Isn't this cool? I was a teenager in the 80s. A few times I got planted on the hood of the squad car. I was a smartass. I never held a grudge. What happened? This was pre-Marines. Well, what happened was we became a super soft society where, as I talk about a lot, we stopped like that became a problem, and that's where the family and the household stopped disciplining their kids. And when that didn't happen, the police there was a little level, kind of like teachers in the day could knock you with a ruler and all that stuff. That back in, and you go back far enough, the cops kind of like helped teach you some lessons that were probably
corporal punishment, man.
Yeah, that were probably good lessons when not. And there were bad cops, and there were a lot more bad cops back then, in my opinion. Accountability was different, social media, video. So yeah, I got planted on a couple hoods as a juvenile too for running my mouth with the cops. They didn't arrest you. They just kind of dusted you off and sent you on your way. So that's what happened, is we stopped being allowed to do that. And now, and then there's, obviously there's bad incidents, but the bad incidents get blown up.
Yeah.
And in this case, I was on the fence about this one. I don't really know either of the dudes. I don't care if I did or not. I would still do this, but I've been in that situation. But I've also been in a situation where I did way less. I didn't deserve what happened. And then the video was twisted, turned, and made to be what it wasn't. And then shown to the whole agency as some massive incident that turned out to be nothing. Here's an incident where if I'm the sheriff, never happened. But if I was the sheriff, I would get on the TV live, or I would get on the internet live, ad lib it, and say, look, this didn't go quite the way I would expect my guys to go. We're going to address it. We're going to train better. We're going to try to handle mental health situations properly. We appreciate the community's input. I can tell you the deputies, and I talked to a lot of they are furious.
That was my question, because those dudes. I'm curious what the internal dialogue is.
Furious. And when I say furious, guys that normally do not say anything about fuckery have expressed they cannot believe the administration said what they said, and they feel like essentially now if they have that same situation and they do a takedown or they tase the guy, they feel like they're now being held to that standard.
Precedent at a whole different other end of the spectrum.
That's like you'll shoot him in the leg. Well, that guy shot the guy in the leg. Well, you should all shoot him in the leg. Or that guy, you see the wild videos where dudes got guns out and we don't pull our guns out and it ends up going their way. And then everybody goes, see, that guy didn't have to get shot. Like, what are we shooting everybody for? Yeah. This is a situation where when you set that precedent and I'm telling you, the deputies have expressed it. They're not, you would have not have been wrong to punch that guy in the face. No. You swung at me. Is that the most effective way? No. Takedown, control, that's most effective. But if that guy got squared up and punched right in the face, I'm okay with it. Like, that's what your response.
It's lawful.
It's lawful. Is it the best? No. But he would have been, or a takedown where maybe that guy gets scrubbed up and he gets, breaks a collarbone on a takedown. Well, you swung at the police. You shouldn't have done it, regardless of your mental health status. And that's a felony to hit a police officer or swing at a police officer. Your mental health crisis doesn't trump the felony. Maybe a misdemeanor, maybe something minor. You trespass and you're having a mental health. Okay, let's get him to the hospital. He doesn't need to go to jail for trespassing. He's having a crisis. You don't get to smack a cop, spit on a cop, punch a cop.
Like you're like that was like, well, there's the caveat of like, oh, they're a mental health crisis. Oh, they're just a kid. Oh, they're too old. Oh, it's a woman. Like there's no specific thing that will preclude you from getting handled a specific way when you commit a crime. That's not how it works. Now, like I said, the tapered response. Like I had a girl in crisis the other day, and I was but she was 17. She was going through it. She was like 95 pounds, but I knew she was that. And I walked in. She tried to kick me in the balls, but luckily I was away. I didn't need to do anything with that, right? So the situation, and it wasn't because she was a girl or she was going through it. It's because I had the situation handled. I cut an angle. I got a hold of her, and everything was fine. But like the same situation, you show up and it's a woman, whatever, and she kicks you in the nuts. There's also nothing wrong with going hard. It's kind of how it goes. The situation, there's no catch-all for, oh, they're too young, oh, they're a kid, or they're whatever. It doesn't matter. And mental health is a big thing. Like, and there's a big, and it's hard to say, but like, just because you're going through it, I'm sensitive to the fact that you're going through it, but you don't get to kill me or hurt me just because you're going through it. Yeah.
And just because a soft sheriff or a soft sheriff's administration or some feel-good people in the comments wouldn't do what you choose to do doesn't make it wrong. And I think that's a huge problem locally, that if he chose to punch him in the face, that's what he chose. If he chose to tase him, that's what he chose. If you, because they're in mental health crisis, are willing to get smacked or punched and wouldn't have done that, that doesn't make it wrong that I chose to do it.
Yeah.
Until it's excessive or unwarranted and a policy violation or against the morals. But if a reasonable person says, yeah, I mean, guy tried to smack you.
They should have just left that shit alone. I'm not saying ignore it because it's so big, but you could have come out with just a sheriff's response. Just say the Indian River County Sheriff's Office is aware of the video. We're pleased that it came to a safe conclusion. That's it. Because there's nothing. You're not placing blame. You're not validating it or vindicating it. You're addressing it. And just go about it. Because
I was not going to touch it till they said that. I was not. I made a meme and it was going to be a joke. Unfortunately, those guys are local. They're catching it. It was funny. I saw it. But when they came out and tried to justify what happened, and then I got so many comments from deputies going, I cannot believe that my sheriff and my agency is making me now look at that as the standard response to a critical incident or a person in crisis, and I have to do that. They commended that response. That's when I was like, no.
You should have just let it go.
Yep. Steve will only make negative comments. There are great things that officers do on a daily basis that never get reported. Hank says laying the hammer down and that was good. Do you see that? Hank said telling the generals. Yeah, that was great. That was great. I agree with Mr. Worms. I'm just saying, y'all, bring back corporal punishment. I agree. Too true.
It's still illegal in Georgia.
When I was in high school, I had a teacher put me against the wall for saying something stupid. Yeah, I did too. I had regular school. They did that.
My parents, they used to tell me like the nuns used to beat the shit out of them when they were like smack their hands with rulers and shit. Yeah.
Yep. I understand that as an officer, you need to show restraint, but I mean, you don't have to look like a total bitch either. I mean, that's the blunt way. That's the blunt way of putting it. I agree. Yeah. But when the cops attacked and beat residents all over, we hear excuses. Steve answered my question. We got an argument with Steve in there. All right. So what else do I have? I think I got some other joy in here. Let's see. I got another video. Oh, here is, okay. I hate doing this. Is the officer. This is the very end of the video. This is what the sheriff's office also put out was his body cam. And this was what he said. This is the mindset. And I don't know this guy, but this is how he wrapped up the call with the subject's mother.
Oh, by looking at him and talking to him, it's not really him making these decisions.
Yeah.
Okay.
He spit at me. I was like, oh, that's.
Well, he didn't. Well, I'm glad he didn't spit on me. I'm very glad about that.
Me too.
Okay.
Because I know
I can handle
bad.
a slap if he did, but he actually didn't hit me. But I can handle a slap. I don't like being spit on.
I can handle a slap, but I don't like being spit on.
It's all out of bounds, bro.
I just, and that guy's an FTO. That's a field training officer, and I understand the ending, the escalating, the parents, and I just, everything's being recorded, everything's being said, everything has context.
Yeah.
And you're basically now that the sheriff put out, because nobody would have saw that body camera. That would have died. That would have died with the incident. The knee-jerk reaction to this guy, and the sheriff is scared to go on live video and say anything like live. He makes these videos. He made one today. He looked like a rotisserie chicken. He's got some weird tan going on, talking about the budget. Everything is predetermined. And this wasn't released like as the sheriff. It was released as like a statement from the sheriff's office. But why, again, like I wouldn't, if that was me, I'd be appalled more about that part of the conversation that would have died. I'm okay with being smacked, but I don't want to be spit on.
That guy, you got to feel, and like we were saying, you can't, like the other day, you can't even like, fuck up with dignity anymore because it gets viral. He's hating it. You know what I'm saying? He's replaying everything, and he's like, God, because he's getting roached by everybody, and it sucks. I mean, like, but hey, bro, it is what it is. But he's going back, and especially with talking like that, like he was trying to back up and punt afterwards when he's like, "Oh, good thing he didn't spit on me." Like, come on, dude. Like, that's like I'm gonna.
What would he have done? I mean, the dude. Yeah. If you watch the video, he's in his face, yelling, biting. I called it kissing. I don't know what he was trying to do. I'm not a child abuser, obviously, but I also found that Steve is either a boomer and thinks he's a badass, or he's not. I hear you. Steve seems to think he's a badass. Steve is the badass.
Steve is a badass.
So
he was he used to run a drug cartel down in Mexico.
Yeah, he single-handedly took down the drug cartels in the south of the Rio Grande.
Damn,
so there's another video that came out last week. I don't know if you saw this one. We'll transition because next time I drive down the road, there's going to be a kilo of cocaine in my fucking trunk planted by the local sheriff's office, I'm sure. This was out of Hilton Head, South Carolina. Did you see this one? The off-duty deputy with the juveniles?
One with gun on him and shit?
Yeah. So this is going to be right up Steve's alley. This is a self-proclaimed hero, obviously on his day off. Don't know the backstory. My problem with this video up front is what he does would not be warranted on duty in a full uniform. And this happens off duty. So let's watch the video.
Come here. Yeah, you see. Get down.
Oh, you're about to no, you can't
get on the ground.
What the fuck?
Get on the ground. All right, go ahead.
Hey, sir, can you call the cops? Hey, call the police.
I am the police.
What are you doing?
Get the fuck on the ground.
No, hey, stop. Hey, Nicholas, stop. George, stop. 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 Hey, no. Stop. Do not shoot. Why are you putting on?
Get on the ground.
Why are you doing what?
Get on the ground.
Okay. Bro, what are you doing?
Get on the fucking ground.
No, help. What, dude, what are you?
I got nothing. Steve.
Hey, Steve, we think he's a piece of shit, Steve.
This is your time to shine, Steve.
Yeah.
This is your time to shine. This is a self-proclaimed hero. short of like robbery, burglary, something to that effect. They broke in something short of that. And again, all the tactics are trash.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that those kids could have done to warrant that. Even again, if that guy was on duty, hands on with the gun out, kicking him with the gun out, pointing the gun at him, yelling, screaming.
When that kid mopped him, I thought he was going to get shot.
Like punch him in the face. Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Yeah. So that was Hilton, Belmont County, South Carolina, which is Hilton Head. The brief release from the sheriff's office was all his gear was taken. He was placed on unpaid administrative leave, and they were pending an investigation and criminal charges were pending. Yeah. And here I am, Steve. That dude deserves to be arrested. Yeah, that dude deserves to be arrested. Yeah. Whatever, there is nothing those kids done unless you tell me they threw babies out windows of cars or stabbed somebody or shot somebody. There's nothing those kids did.
Even if they did all that, his response to that situation wasn't even correct.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. What's this? Oh, hold on. George almost got blasted. You know, it's a game to go hands on with people. I just don't punch someone who's wearing a motorcycle helmet. It's never a good idea, even though the motorcyclist felt it. And he wasn't charged or arrested. Can you name a profession that has low? Let me finish, Steve.
We're not there yet.
Yeah,
we're not there yet. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's pending charges, and I haven't seen an update from that one, but that one was pretty wild. And I think
that's like, do you remember? It's an old school one. It was a Baltimore cop back in the day that was like smashing guys like skateboards and shit down at the Inner Harbor. Yeah. That was like the first viral dickhead cop video back in. I was in like high school when all that shit came out. But yeah.
So it's happening more and more, and yeah. I stand, and if it doesn't show you, Steve, or anybody, that I'm willing, you know, I work here, I live here, and I'm willing to take on my own agency locally and say, hey, this is what it is. Like it has to be addressed when and I look at that one like the safety of all officers and the way the climate of law enforcement is going. It's dangerous. It's just too dangerous to come out and make statements like that against cops and then not think like, how does it, I just don't understand how you got all these high paid people. I don't understand
how so it's not so, and again, he's the man, so he can kind of do whatever, or sheriffs can kind of do whatever they want. They say do it, it does good, but they have to have their little band of nut fluffers that's like, it has to filter through them. And granted, they can just, you know, they're there for the oak leaf or whatever they have on their shoulder, but not one of them's like, hey, Dave, I wouldn't do that, bro. Like
they got rid of them all. They got rid of the third guy in charge. Lonnie Rich was that guy. They got rid of him. They moved another guy. Yeah. The next smartest guy that was in that realm got moved to another place, and unfortunately, nobody in that chain of command.
What's up with Michigan State Police? Anything change or with that?
See that? I just posted a meme about them too. That they got that Grady dude is in charge. That female Amy Barracombe or whatever. They're a disaster. They got great guys and they're doing great things up there, but they have terrible leadership. And you know that's what one of my episode last week. What I was talking about was like these sheriffs it's just crazy down here. The amount of power and the way that like Grady Judd gets on there screaming and yelling about shoot him 800 times. It sounds cool. And then you got this. You got the opposite where this guy doesn't know what to say and he fucks it all up. And it's in the middle of a budget. The budget's a disaster. The community is all up in arms about this whole thing. Your cops are thinking like, well, we got a raise. So right now, it's like the timing of all this is crazy. They got their raise October 1, like their checks went out. They got their pay raise on Friday. Everything kicks in. They fought for it. All right, we're great. They cut the budget. They cut jujitsu. And then the guy that they just got done defending for 3 months in front of the commission, that all these raises and all that, comes out and says some dumbass shit and just makes them all look like, okay, now we can't go hands on with anybody. Yeah. So was your raises worth it? Was the leadership you guys are supporting worth it? Yeah. Like there's not one guy in that chain of command, like you said, with all those fancy stars and bars that looked at that release and went, maybe this isn't it. Maybe we should not address it, or maybe we should just be a very generic 2 lines. We're aware of the video.
Just give it a politician's answer. And
we're aware of the video. There's more to the story. We're addressing it in-house. We appreciate everybody's comments, support. We're handling it. And then that's it. That's it.
You'd be a good sheriff, man.
No, I would not. No, I would not.
I would be a one-term sheriff.
Anyone else that would have been in charge of arrested? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, he's not. You're not wrong. Yeah,
This is where Steve is right. I agree. Any citizen that acted like that last video, yelling and screaming, grabbing on kids, would have been in jail.
Sure.
Just like, and I'll give you the other one. The guy that spit on the First Amendment auditor. He would have been in jail. If that was a regular person, that guy would have been in jail that day.
Sure.
So,
yep.
That was probably Steve's stepbro. Why he hates cops. Fast food workers are held to a higher standard and accountability. Bad crap happens in every profession, however, with body cameras and cell phones, the law enforcement officer on video, much more. So you always see, and I think that's a valid statement, and we're obviously involved in critical.
It sells, man. It's high profile, and people like to see shitty stuff happen. It just sells, man.
Yeah.
No one cares about the overwhelming percentage of cops doing their job correctly, unless it's not wild, like unless it's a cool video, but just going through your day. No one gives a shit because they just expect you to do it.
Yep. And I don't know. It's just we're at a weird time, and it felt like things were coming back better with everything that's going on, and but
it feels better to be honest.
It does.
To me. It feels better.
But then you have it like again locally, you have this setback where you have a pretty decent sized agency right here that they come out with a statement like that, and it's like you got a retention problem. You're crying about money, and you can't keep people. You just give everybody a big raise. You bring the start and pay up, and then you post some boneheaded statement like that, and it's like, does that guy really? Do they really have my back?
Yeah.
Do they really have my back? Am I really okay to do what I got to do? Because, like I said, that dude would. I don't know. I'm just saying, we'd have a whole different conversation if that was me.
I know.
I wouldn't have hurt anybody. I wouldn't. But I can't tell you I wouldn't have hurt. You don't know what your natural reaction is going to be as a human either.
Yeah. For me, I know exactly how it would have gone down, and my way would have been acceptable too. And he wouldn't have got hurt. He'd have been all right.
We're talking about the Ennis County Sheriff's Office, the video that just went all over BJJ cops, and where the guy gets smacked by the mental health crisis situation. So that's what we're talking about. Ennis County Sheriff's Office in Florida, which is my local hometown agency, and I will not kill myself or shoot myself. If anybody finds me dead, it wasn't me, and I don't traffic in narcotics. Yeah, the guy that got smacked. We're talking about the statement that was released that basically undermines the ability for deputies to do their job. And what's funny is, I heard some administrative type guys trying to justify it, the ass kissers, justify the statement and all that. And then I was actually pretty happy to see some of the younger guys that have a brain still kind of like, I don't think I'm going with that. But I was extremely surprised by the middle of the quiet, the quiet majority, the ones that really never say anything. Those guys were pretty upset. They were pretty upset about how it was the statement. And as your buddy, like if I'm friends with that guy and I know that guy, it sucks. Like you said, it sucks to be that guy on video. I know it. They blasted me all over the fucking news and internet. I've been there. I know it sucks.
Yeah, that's like the that dude in Marietta that you posted. So I reached out. All I said was like, so how's this guy doing? They're like, not good.
See, I got a different story.
People are just no, but I'm saying people are just like, bullying the shit out of him because of that.
I was told he thought it was a joke, but like I said, I don't know him.
Well, no.
Oh, what did I do? Something bad happened.
Anybody who does something like that. Like originally when I talked to, because I don't know a lot of Marietta guys. And I talked to him. I was like, usually people that do something like that, one, are either so stupid they don't understand. They honestly like, what do you mean? Why is that wrong? I don't get it. Or two, they're so far gone they just don't give a shit because they're like, look, dude, like I'm wearing flip flops. You think I care? I don't care, dude. Yeah,
that's how it appears.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that one last week? Was that since?
I think that was since.
Okay, because then what happened was I got attacked by one of his buddies that works there.
Oh no, yeah. I forget. I don't know.
Yeah, I got attacked, and then that guy
for body shaming. Yeah.
Well, I was bullying, but what it really was he was getting help, and I said to him, I said, if you guys would have came to me and said, look, I talked about it. I posted a guy in Oklahoma not wearing his vest, and a bunch of his people reached out and was like, look, dude, that dude was off. He stopped to help somebody, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't mind being wrong.
Yeah.
So in this case, that was tough though. Like in the name of transparency, it's like, how do you not? You can't do that. Like I look at it like I've done dumb shit. I've done a lot of dumb shit, and I tell you, I've done dumb shit. I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't do that. Like I wouldn't do that. But then I get, people start reaching out from that area, and I got some dirt on that place, dude. Good Lord. I got some dirt on that place.
You know what's funny? There were my very first experience with Marietta PD, and again, it's just a Marietta story. I was a trooper, and I went up, and they called out there behind a stolen car. I didn't know anything about them. I was still new to Atlanta. I got behind, so they're coming down. So I see them. I get behind it. I pull. It was 3 Marietta guys. I pull in front of us, start chasing them. They slam on their brakes, turn their lights off, turn around, and go the other direction. I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, and I was like, "So I mean, whatever. It is what business still got handled." But I found out, like, yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Like, they can't help you at all. They will not help you. That was my first experience. They were like, they're like, "Believe in yourself, man. Good luck." I was like, "Okay, shit, yeah."
If superheroes are held to a higher standard, why hasn't that cop been arrested? He's got a point.
Maybe he has. We don't know yet.
No one disagrees. He shouldn't be arrested.
Yeah, no one disagrees.
To be fair, you're gonna hear some strange words come out of my mouth right here. I'm gonna take Steve's side on this. Like, if he wasn't a cop, he would be in jail. He's getting treated differently.
Yes.
With administrative review and some type of administrative courtesy by being put on admin. There's no such thing as admin leave for Johnny the janitor that beats his wife, or the guy that takes a smack or swing at you. That guy doesn't get an administrative review and hey, go home and we'll be back in 3 to 5 business days and we'll see what we're going to do. Now, obviously, low level investigations, we do warrants and we do investigation. But if any citizen jumped out and acting like that, he would have been in jail. So Steve is absolutely.
Steve is 100% correct. Yes.
Yep, he is absolutely right that guy is being treated differently because he's a cop, and that is not, I believe, what should happen in that situation.
Yep.
Like, if I'm responding to that and I see that, and these kids show me that video, I'm like, hey, this dude's got to go, man. This dude's got assault, battery,
click clack. Yep.
Yeah. Like, sorry, man. Like, just like you can be.
Yeah.
Found not guilty or presumed innocent, but based on probable cause, I look at that video and go, hey, bud, you got to go downtown, man. Like, you can bond out and you can get the same due process that every other citizen gets. So I strangely, as I'm wearing my shirt, I 100% believe Steve is accurate that case, that guy should be in jail or been arrested and should not get any treatment, any other direction just because he's a cop. And that is, I stand by that. What else we got? Let's go back to last week and see if there's anything we missed. We can do a little recap. What was last week? 9.
I meant to send you a thing. I don't know if BJJ Cuts posted it, but it was a there's no, what's been cool. Maybe it's because more thing or they're finding them, but I'm seeing more and more like positive, like jiu-jitsu. It was a 2-on-1. Guy took back control. They ended up working as a team. If I find it, I'll send it to you. We'll do it next week, but I gotta find it. But it was definitely good. Guy got his hooks in. Controlled him. Guy had got wrist control in the front, and they flipped him over, got in the back mount, and it was smooth, man. It was nice. It was good.
Yeah, we're talking. Logan just popped in. We're talking about the South Carolina off-duty cop and that threw his gear on, was pulling his gun out on some juveniles, and the fact that if that was a regular citizen waving a gun around.
So I saw the video. I don't even know the backstory. Why was he? What was he allegedly? What were they doing?
I got the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're never afforded all of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I can't, just like the slap, which is pretty obvious, regardless of the scenario, it's not right. There's no scenario on earth I can come up with in my head that would allow.
You can't even like build the scenario to make it fit the response.
No. Like, I can't think of it. Like, even if I went outside right now, well, I'm not a cop, but if I was still a cop and I went outside, I'm trying to think, there's nothing in my neighborhood that could really happen that's not, it has to rise a level of like a public safety issue at that point, because there are policies about interacting in your own neighborhood. I know we had one, and calling the police and not getting, involved, but that dude's out of control. But that, to me, that's, I don't know. That's
if you're walking up to, like I said, if you look at it, you're walking up to a kid and you're presenting a firearm. That's what I'm saying. What
It's nothing.
What the fuck, man? Like,
Yeah, I mean, they're in the middle of the road. So again, unless you know they're armed, they have committed some crime that rises to the level of deadly
and then
force.
he grabs, I guess, one of their bags. He secures.
Yeah, like he's going to start searching it,
and then just gets vapor locked and holds on to the bag the whole time. So he takes away one. I'll be honest though, even though he's a douchebag and he should go to prison, he was holstering and unholstering pretty in his shirt.
That looked like a small, gun though. That was like a small gun though. That was like an off-duty piece.
I don't know. That could burn him at the stake. We don't want
that was bad. Let's see. Hot topic. What do we got last week? 924, right? We don't have anything from last week.
Nope.
Let me I'm gonna pull up with image file. What EF Combatives, Jay Wadsworth guys and EF Combatives had to say about, or maybe it's LEO Combatives had to say about the one in River County. This was their response, and this is kind of what I agree with. Distance management is a core principle in our curriculum at EFC. It is a tool that allows you to engage, disengage, or create and or maintain a reactionary gap to respond to a threat. Far too often, officers become comfortable at distance levels that leaves them extremely vulnerable to strikes or to a suspect attempting to close the gap and take them to the ground. Distance often equals time, and when distance is not an option, control often times can be used to gain time. Effective distance management can help you achieve both when the situation and environment dictate the need for one or the other. So that's like something like the sheriffs look at and release, like, or, if you're going to say anything, that's a very well put statement to say it wasn't great, but there's a reason for training. And then that to me, that's a way of saying it's messed up. What he just said is like, these guys jacked up, but they didn't say it in a nasty way, like we're saying it. It was
they basically just said that they got too close. It's like they're talking about a generalized. Because it was kind of generalized, because how many times you watch cops interviewing people? I mean, shit. Even for me, like, just because of whatever environment I'm in, sometimes even I'm like, a little close. Like you'll end up you're in an apartment or whatever. You'll kind of turn around. You'll kind of end up closer than you should be. As long as you just be aware of it. But I mean, they generally like a lot of cops. A shitload of cops just get too close, man. Too close, bro. Too close.
Yep, and that's where like shoves back, pushes back, get back. Like that's it.
And that's another way to gauge what you're dealing with. Because if you intentionally create space, you can intentionally create space you're aware. And if they close the distance again, you're like, well, that's a fucking.
I'm not comfortable with if you and I were talking, I wouldn't be comfortable with you that close.
Yeah,
unless we're in like a loud bar. Like, I wouldn't want you like talking to me, like telling me a story that close. I'd be like, hey man, like you're kind of close. So to be on the street with a combative and know the situation before you got there. Now, and here's where I think they try to twist it with the CIT and the mental health. Is there a time to get very close to somebody, even in an interview, and stroke them and be nice to them? There's always a time for like, hey man, I mean, I remember in homicides and big investigated, you get up close. Hey man, I know you killed that person. It sucks, man, but we got to get to the end of this. Like, there's a time to like do that like final interaction where you get nice and close and you get warm and comfy. It wasn't that, and it's almost like they were trying to spin it with like their training in CIT. That,
but anybody, if you go through CIT, one of the very, very physical contact is so far down the list, because a lot of people are gonna like they don't want to be touched. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to touch them. Like that's fake news.
Did you guys see the Lynn, Massachusetts video? You think it was a medical condition? Oh, that's the guy. Did you see that? The guy that's vapor locked outside the car. I think we watched it.
No.
The cop. There's a cop that's like the guy's recording from the car, and he's like the one dude's like out in outer space. It looks like he's having like a
No.
You didn't see that one? Yeah.
No.
I hate not having my Instagram going. Actually,
was it a medical?
No, it was a medical.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like the guy's like, look at this guy, he's drunk, and there's dudes like froze, and you can tell he's having like a diabetic reaction or something, and they all spun it. You ain't got no room on prison tier. Kristen, the guy nodding off mid traffic stop. I think that's what we're talking about. Lynn, the city of sin never come out the way you went in. Partner said they were worked a double and he had bad back. I don't think that was a bad back.
What? Bad back? What now?
No, you got to see it. CIT is crisis intervention training.
Crisis intervention team, yeah.
Yeah, crisis intervention training. In my opinion, the dude took too many pain pills. That's what it looks like. I guess I don't know. It could have been the other way. The guy, it looks like he's having some type of, but maybe he did. Maybe he got hopped up on pills and he couldn't, because I can't remember. Somebody's got it. What is it? Lynn, Massachusetts. Let me try to find it. Lynn, officer. All right, here we go. All right, I got it. All right. Share screen. All right, here we go.
Yep. Call your sergeant right now. Call your sergeant.
We're talking about this guy on the right over
Call
here.
your sergeant. I want your sergeant here. I have my rights to call a sergeant here. So call your sergeant.
That's not a right.
Yeah, I know.
Call your
But look,
sergeant. What's your name? What's your name? And what's your name?
this is the guy.
Probably don't even know. Can't even speak.
I mean, he's definitely got.
Nope. No, this motherfucker's high. Look at him. When I look at your buddy, fucking high as fuck.
I told you, he has a bad back and he worked a fucking double. I told you, coming off a double and he got a bad back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking.
He's cooked. I don't know what he's cooked. I don't know what he's cooked on, but I mean, how did they let him get to that point where he's standing at the car with them? Like I don't know. Like it doesn't seem like to me that situation could onset that fast. That 1 minute he's dancing around getting out of the car, and the next minute he's out of gas at the side of the car. So you're welcome. In my professional experience, I've been around some ex-buddies that abuse Percocets.
No, yeah, that's definitely I had a.
I thought maybe he's having like a.
Yeah. I've had enough experience. I've had enough experience with people who get doped up on pills. You're like, that's a pill head. That's just what it is.
Yeah, it was that, or I thought maybe he's having like a diabetic. But he doesn't have very good
Pills,
friends,
bro.
he doesn't have very good friends if they let him get out of the car into that point. So let me see what else I got on my Instagram now that I got it open. Let's see any other good videos that are going around. Go to some of the good pages. There's a really good one. Here's a great one. Hold on. This guy belongs in the not fucking around crew right here. I wish this program was better about this. You see this one?
Oh yeah.
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 I'll tell you.
It takes a very special person to do some shit like that.
There's the old one I remember back in the day in Arizona where the guy had the rifle and the dude.
He was walking, and the guys whoever's following him, he's like, no, don't do it. He goes and just
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah. He's like, geez, he's like, man down. Like the guy watching it ain't down for that shit.
No.
The guy doing it, yeah, clearly. Yeah.
There was
a girl. There was a girl that got shooting at a cop. She got run over a couple years ago. I remember seeing that.
Hey man, that's the price of doing business sometimes.
Yeah.
There's that one.
Any weapon in any manner.
Is this the one? Yeah. Oh, this is the. Did you see the Captain Disaster shotgun in the face? Did you see that one?
No. I know. I saw you post something about it. I was going to look for it, but I forgot to.
All right, here we go. This is on police posts. This is up in Vermont.
Did he die?
No.
Oh.
This just came out. This is December, and it's a domestic call.
Hey.
There's the body cam of this female backup officer.
That one's broken. I don't know if it's recent. Oh shit! Oh my god!
getting shot with a shotgun.
687 Batavia.
Outside.
Flashbang's going off, please.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Captain's up there.
Captain's up there. Catch me outside. Maybe you are going up. Man.
Come on. Get down.
Ambulance.
8768. We need an ambulance now.
So we lived, but now she's hot on the radio. She's doing a good job now. But yeah, that the irony. So there's a couple ironic things about that one. Is so then I got a picture of the female. She has a nose ring, earrings, nails painted, and she called it a flashbang. And I'd never seen this before, but she had a speed loader for shotgun shells on her kit.
Yo, I
vest.
thought, yeah.
So
Like she's like she's going to a skeet shooting competition or something.
yeah,
Like that.
so it's like you should know what a shotgun sounds like, but I look at it like, yeah, she left her. That was her captain. She left him upstairs. That is not the answer. Like I look at it like if you're already outside, there's a difference. Like when you know you're going to die, you don't go in to die intentionally. Like you're not going to run in there knowing the guy's got an AR upstairs and he's just laying rounds down. You don't go to die. Like that doesn't make sense. But in that situation, when you've already established that much ground and your partner's right there, you don't leave that house. You and him are like, you ride or die at that point.
We're holding court right there in the middle of the floor.
Anyone else but him? He's still talking about the dude out there. Said something about flash. Yeah, she calls it a flashbang. She says there's flashbangs going up upstairs. Yeah.
So what the fuck happened? Like
I don't know.
Walked back down the stairs.
Yeah, he got it was buckshot. So he got just kind of sprayed with the rounds.
I mean birdshot.
Yeah, whatever you guys call it.
Buckshot will remove your head from your body. So.
Yeah, I don't. There was a really good one. Damn, I thought these guys would have posted it.
That's what I'm saying. We got support staff in the chat. Somebody start finding videos.
There was a really good one.
Start linking the video.
This is one I think you're talking about with jiu-jitsu. Hold on. I don't know if we played this one last week, but let's put that back in there. This one you're talking about?
No, that's the gift wrap one.
Okay.
I'll find it. I'll go back and I'll find it. That's the gift wrap, yeah.
Damn. There was one.
I love the gift wrap. It's so good.
Did I put it on my story? Let me see if I put it on my... No, where the fuck did it go? There was one amazing one. I can't believe these guys didn't post it. Hold on. Give me a second. Where the dude like... Here we go. This is... We're going to end it on this. We're 57 minutes. This is it. This is it. This is what we do. This dude is the man. Hold on. I got to shrink it. This is Police 101.
Get down! Signal 13, get down! Get down!
Hey, man.
Shots.
This dude is like,
Shots fired.
got a knife in his hand. Like, that's what you got to do sometimes, man.
Shots fired.
Not many people.
Shots
Let's go
fired.
back to that. Not many people are ready for that.
Some more units. Sir,
Like, he's on
drop the
top of
knife.
a woman.
Drop the knife.
Well, I mean, now we're a little bit. I don't think.
Yeah, he's hype. He's hype.
I don't.
He's
Yes,
hype,
and he just killed somebody. But
Yeah.
that is when I look now to take it full circle at 58 minutes into this. This is Baltimore. That is what you have to be prepared to do. That's what we get paid to do, to make that call that fast, jump out of your car and immediately engage a guy on top of a woman with a knife trying to kill her. That's what we do. That's what we do. There's one more I want to find, though. There's one more really good one where the dude, like, exits and runs, like, right into
Is that one okay, Steve? I want to know what Steve, when you see people get their lives saved, Steve's real quiet when those videos go up.
Yeah, I want to know what
I want to know what Steve thinks about that.
I'm really disappointed. I can't find the other one. Hold on. I thought these guys would have posted it. That's the gun. That's that one. Damn. Like, I get a million videos sent to me, and the time I want the one that I can't, the guy exits his car and, like, let me look at my DMs real quick. Keep everybody busy. Hold on. Copville gets a buckshot confused with, yeah. I'm not a gun guy. I'm not. Like, I get it. Birdshot. Buckshot's the real big ones, right? Birdshot's the one that you can like.
Buckshot's permanent.
You don't depend on nobody down the Rio Grande. That sucks. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to find it in my DMs, but there's I don't know. The dude, like, it's a hostage. It's upstairs. Let me just give me two seconds.
He comes up the stairs.
Right, he runs right. Like, there's two people just standing there, and he jumps out and yells. And I can't believe neither of those two pages have it on their fucking page. They're like my go-to.
I think I just saw. He runs up and just
maybe Apex posted it. Hold on. No, all my good websites are letting me down. I can't believe Police Post or Street Cop Training haven't posted it. He like literally jumps out of the car and just beats feet to the door. There's cops standing there, and he says,
I got it.
You got it? How do you send it to me?
No, I'm saying, but he says, I'm talking for the guy.
Yeah. He's like, but he like literally just beats feet past. He's like, hey, we got to go. And he runs upstairs. It's a hostage situation with a female and just unalives the guy like as it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been an hour. You got to go. So this is as you guys have seen, this is it. This is the new Hot Topic with Copville and Jordan Ennis live every Wednesday, 7 p.m. We appreciate everybody jumping in the comments. We had one super chat. That was pretty cool. So streams every Wednesday that both of us are available, which is hopefully every Wednesday. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8 p.m., I am the co-host of Anti-Hero Squadcast on the Anti-Hero YouTube, and then every Monday now, 10 a.m., the Anti-Hero broadcast is live as well. We're taking calls, text. That show has kind of, obviously, it's going through a change where it was heavily soft and special ops, and now it's making a slight transition into military, regular, conventional guys and cops. So please tune in for that. Jordan, you got anything on the way out?
No, man.
All right. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate Steve being here, the self-proclaimed heroes, and we'll see you.
See this patch on my arm right here? What's that say? It says the not fucking around crew. That's what that says.